Good morning. Today is part, Lord, I don't even know, 3, 4, 5, who knows, 10. No. So we're still doing the eyeshadow palette, mostly collection, some decluttering. I'm still just not at a point where I'm ready to get rid of a lot of stuff. I mean, I did pay with all of this with my own money. None of this was gifted. None of this was sent to me, PR, nothing. I don't get any PR. So I spent my hard-earned money, so it's hard to let go of what I've spent money on. So, and I do love makeup, and I'm kind of a hoarder with makeup, so there's that too. But anyway, so it's mostly, this part here is mostly going to be just going through the collection. It might be a little bit of decluttering, but this is the stuff that's in my primary collection. So it is stuff that I do enjoy, I do want to keep for the most part. So again, just going to be more so that than really decluttering on this, as this part goes. But I am going to show you here in just a moment. I've got some stuff here in the Alex 9 drawer, units that I'm still deciding if I'm just going to go as we go and just show you each drawer as we go, or if I'm actually going to like take them out and sort them and do it that way. We'll see. But I do have some stuff here on the floor that I've pulled out from my bathroom and my bedroom closet. That's my extra storage area, and like the bathroom area vanity is like my main, makeup area where I keep the stuff that I'm using like most currently. And then I also have some stuff here too that I'm still reviewing, as well as some stuff that I'm going to be putting in my next palette roundup for third quarter. So I've still got that stuff like set aside and ready, to review, or, so I have that in a separate area too, so I don't mix it up with the stuff I've already reviewed and whatever. So, anyway, so without further ado, let's show you some more of my collection. So get excited. Oh, and sorry, my hair is looking crazy right now, but I did want to show you this look is using the House Labs, the new foundation, which I'm actually really enjoying. It's actually a really good color match for me. As well as what else new? Oh, Natasha Denona My Dream collection. I have the palette, the eyeshadow palette. That's what I'm wearing. So, yeah, but I'll try to remember if I can to list what I'm wearing below. I'm bad with that a lot of times, but yeah. But yeah, I just want to tell you that real quick. But enjoying this palette and this foundation. All right, so to start off here, we have just these little bins that are from like these plastic vanity sets that I have. So we have those. We have a box of stuff that some of that stuff I'm still reviewing, and then some stuff that I brought over from the other room, more of the vanity stuff. And then this here is a mix of some of my main primary collection stuff, as well as the palette roundup stuff that I have underneath there. I just kind of stacked some stuff on it to get it all together. Sorry, I have to rearrange this room to make it all work for my review stuff. So yeah, so I think that is most of that. If there's another box, you'll see it here in a moment. I feel like I might be missing something, but I think I grabbed everything. So there's that. And I already showed you in another video, and that's stuff I've already sorted through. But I've got my Alex drawers there. So I've got the one there. So those bottom big drawers, those bottom 1, 2, 3, 4 drawers are all eyeshadow palettes, which I'll show you in a moment because we've already, I've already opened those and looked. And then also these last, definitely 3, 4, I think that top one there has some like single shadows and that kind of stuff, which will be a whole separate video. So yeah, so I think those bottom 3, the 1, 2, 3, those bottom 3 there are ones full of like my indie shadows and like higher end brands that I couldn't put out. And then these I already showed you. Those are a lot of face palettes. And then the back one there I already showed you from the other video. And then I already showed you all those in my other video too that are sitting on top of the Alex drawer. And then those are some of the drawers, as you can see, that I pulled out, and some stuff that I pulled out from there. So don't mind the mess, but this is what we're working with. So I'm going to start sorting this stuff. Put it out here on the blanket, the stuff that I have here, like down here. I'm gonna start bringing this out, putting it on this blanket. Sorry, this is the sheet I had to put down to cover the, cover the carpet, save the carpet. But yeah, so this is what we have to work with. So let's get sorting. All right, hello. So we are gonna start sorting this stuff. I'm just gonna lay it out here on the sheet here, and we will go from there. All right, well, I think I'm going to start with this pile first. We'll go through these, and then that way if I need to change this up a little bit, or like, clear out this pile at least a little bit to make room for more, it just won't feel so crazy, because this is a lot of stuff, even though it doesn't seem like it, maybe. But yes, and I'm sorry, I did include quads in here as well. It was just too difficult to try to separate everything, so that's what I did. And I'm just gonna see if this will zoom in, if that'll like stay in focus if I zoom in. Okay, so again, it's gonna be a little bit more focused there, but I think that'll work better. Hold on, dogs are barking. I'm gonna pause here for a moment.
Let them finish up.
Okay, I think they're done. So I zoomed this in a little bit, turned the lights a little brighter so we can see real well. We'll see how this goes. But I kind of want to push everything that way now because I feel like it's, oh well. Anyway, so I know everything's not going to be like visible at this moment, but you did see it there initially, and this will be better because it'll be closer and I can actually show you. So, all right, so just starting off here, we've got Clarity Cosmetics, the I Love Coffee palette. Can tell you right now, this is not going anywhere, and hopefully this isn't too bright, so maybe I'll turn down the brightness a little bit. Hold on one second. Okay, let's see how this looks. Okay, we've got ColourPop. This is the Clear the Air palette. I actually do like these palettes. They came out actually more recently, and they have like the Super Shock formula in there, and I really like these, so I'm definitely keeping this. We've got Urban Decay Stoned Vibes palette. This is a Lauren May Beauty made me buy it situation, of course, you know, love my girl, but man, I gotta watch. She's a bad influence on me. Anyways, but yes, this is a keep. We have the Coffee Talk palette, I believe. I don't know if this is the dark one or the, yeah, this is the deep. So this is the deep one. Just beautiful neutral tones. And these shimmers, metallic, ooh, her formula is amazing. As far as like metallics, it's like my favorite metallic formula. So definitely keeping these. Any of the Sydney Grace, they're not going anywhere. We have another Viseart palette here. This is one of the original. It is a nude all mattes, neutral matte eyeshadow palette, I guess is what it's called. But I like the tones of these. Those are like the perfect like neutral tones for me. So definitely keeping this. And I apologize, I feel like my other video was a little bit out of focus, so I'm trying to me this looks in focus, so I apologize if it's not, but this is Wet n Wild Always Blushing palette. I did review this more recently, so definitely keeping this. I got this off of Amazon for like under $9, and it's pretty nice considering the price point. Only thing, it does have a glitter, but yeah. Another ColourPop, this is a more recent one. This is from High School Musical. Had a blank there for a moment. It's the East High palette. I did just recently get this. So, oops, sorry. Make sure I'm in. I just recently got this, so that's obviously a keep. I'm actually just still playing with it, so, but it's pretty. We have the Sephora palettes, these palettes that I've talked about before. This is from the playlist called Disco Diva. Really pretty palette. It's a little bit deeper, but it really complements some of the other palettes like this really well. And these are really nice, like satin shades. The formula is actually really nice, and the mattes blend really nicely. They're a little bit powdery, but not too bad. So I definitely recommend Sephora palettes. I was surprised. Oh yeah, Anastasia Beverly Hills, the more recent Nuovo palette. Definitely keeping this one. No doubt on that. This one is one of my favorite palettes for the year. So definitely keeping that. We have an oldie but goodie, Maybelline Nudes of New York. Great, just everyday neutral palette. I think this is the only one I have from Maybelline anymore, so I'm definitely keeping this one. And why does it just feel like I'm not in focus? Okay, sorry, just trying to make sure we're in focus. Anyways, that's that palette, keeping that one. We have some more luxury ones here that I can't say I'd ever buy again, but we have Tom Ford. I have two of them. We have the Nude Dip palette. I mean, it's pretty, but I just can't see spending this kind of money. And I even still have the little cover on it. It's a pretty palette, but not worth the almost $90. Sorry. And then the other one is Suspicion. A little bit warmer tones. Again, it's pretty. No doubt it's pretty, but I mean, I've had plenty of palettes, half the price of that are really nice. Let's see what we want to do next. Another ColourPop, Clearly in Love. Out of the two, this is my favorite. There's two similar ones like this. This one is my favorite. Beautiful palette. And again, that Super Shock in the center there. It's so pretty. Charlotte Tilbury, one of her holiday releases, I think. Instant Eye, Smoky Eyes Forever. I think it was one of the holiday. maybe last holiday? I don't know. I can't remember. But any Charlotte Tilbury, definitely, like I've already said, I'm keeping. So that's a keep. Actually, since we're on Charlotte, here's another Charlotte Tilbury palette. Easy Eyes palette for the Charlotte Darling look. So you've got a few mattes and then a few shimmers. It's pretty. So definitely keeping that one. Another ColourPop. This one I'm probably going to declutter. I forgot I actually have a second one of this. This one came broken and I actually was able to reset this shadow. The shadow broke. I was able to reset it, but I think this is a duplicate. I think I have another one like this. It's the Sorbet palette. And why do I feel like I'm out of focus again? So sorry if I am out of focus. I'm trying to get this to focus, but it's... So I have the Essence Coffee to Glow palette. Anyways, this is the, what did I say, Coffee to Glow palette. It's actually really cute. It's a really nice palette. So definitely keeping that one. We have NARS, and I'm definitely keeping NARS as well. This is the Summer Unrated palette. So unfortunately, this was limited edition. Oh, there we go. Now we're focusing. So it's a limited edition, which stinks, but I will definitely be looking out for this holiday palette, and I plan on purchasing that for sure. We have Wayne Goss. This is the Luxury Eye palette in Smoky Quartz. It's pretty. I don't know if it's one of my favorite formulas. I mean, it's okay, but I don't know. I feel for the price. Yeah, I don't know. And it only comes with one shimmer, which I like more. I like more shimmer heavy palettes. I'm still in that phase. I still like shimmers. I don't know what to say. This is a Jason Wu Flora Euphoria palette. I do have an all matte palette that I really like from Jason Wu. I do like his mattes, I will say. The shimmers are okay. I mean, they're okay. I think some of these might be toppers too. So I mean, it's pretty, but I don't know if it's my favorite. I like the all matte palette better, but I'm still gonna keep it. I have a bunch of these ColourPop quads. Ugh, I don't even know where to start with these, but I'm gonna grab a few and we'll go through them. So I have, this one is Cream Soda. This one is Mocktail. It's pretty, but it's not a shadow like color story I'm usually going to gravitate towards. Then we have Sparkler. That one's pretty. That'd be a nice one for this time of year too. And then we have Creamsicle. And again, I have a bunch of these, so I know I have more somewhere else too. But yeah, so I am keeping all of these. There will be a point where I declutter some of them, but I'm going to do that, I think, separately. I think I'll do like a ColourPop, you know, like whole collection, go through and declutter, because I do have a lot of ColourPop. Aether Beauty, which is a clean beauty brand. Some of their stuff is sold on Sephora. I do notice that not all their stuff is there, but this is another Lauren May Beauty Made Me Buy Citrine Crystal Palette. It's very pretty. I am liking these little quads. I do find though, like I said before, I think 6 to 9 pan is like really my sweet spot though, because I have enough to really make a full look without having to grab another palette, but then it's not overwhelming with like a large palette, you know? So also these little Lorac palettes, I can tell you for sure I'm not getting rid of any of these either. And I think there's a 5th one, but it's not in this current pile. But anyways, so we have the Mini Pro palettes. This is Frosted Sequoia. Really pretty one. I do like that this one has perfect, you know, ratio of mattes to shimmers. So that one's really nice. Then I have the Simmering palette. This is a little bit more warm toned. I don't reach for this one quite as much. Then I have Sparkling. This one I really like. The only problem with this one though, it doesn't, well, I guess you could use this one as your deepening shade, but it is actually like a satin shade. And then all the mattes are a little bit lighter, but I do like these two shades here a lot. So I really like that one. And then Winter Rose, one of my favorites. Really like this one too. At least you do have a darker shade to deepen with this one. But these two shades here are really pretty. But I do love these little palettes. But again, these little 6 pans, that's like the perfect little ratio for me. Just enough but not overwhelming. I have NARS, the Suede palette. Really like this palette. Love the color story and just the tone of it. That's just my vibe right there. Really like this. This here is just a quad of, you know, maybe I'll put these separate. I think they're single shadows from Strobe, if I remember correctly. Oh, Shroud. It's Shroud. Shroud Cosmetics. But anyways, I'm going to put those separate because that's in a separate video on my singles. Sorry, I shouldn't even bother showing you that. But we do have a bunch of Viseart. Not getting ready any of my Viseart either. This one here is the Petite Pro Troisse. Is that what that says? Troisse? I don't know how you pronounce that, but anyways. But I love these little palettes. I think they're so cute. So, sorry, I'm showing you upside down. Yes, that one's really, really pretty, like that color story. But their formula is just really, really nice, especially for someone more mature, with a little bit more sensitive, you know, skin and more mature eyes, you know, just more mature. It just works really nice. Another Viseart here is the Mink Set Itendu. That one's a really nice one. That's a little bit more warm toned, but really, really pretty palette. This would be perfect for this time of year as well. Dang, I forgot about some of these palettes. I had so many to go through to try to figure out what I was going to put in my summer to fall, you know, palette inspiration, that some of these just got lost in the mix because it was just too many to go through. So, another Viseart. This one is... I'm not sure what this one is called. Oh, Apricotine. It's the Apricotine palette. That's really pretty too. That'd be a nice summer to fall transition palette. Those are beautiful tones for this time of year. But again, these are all keeps. I'll tell you specifically if I'm going to declutter. So if I don't state it, I'm going to declutter it, I'm keeping it. So another Viseart. This one is the Midsummer palette. Love these tones in here. That's just such a pretty palette. Now it's going to give you a little bit of a lighter look, which, you know, it's good for summertime, but it's so pretty. So, so pretty. Now we've got a, not really an indie brand. I don't know what you call it. It's a luxury brand, the Linda Hallberg. This is the Shimmer Saga palette. This is a Lauren May Beauty made me buy as well. Sorry, just trying to make sure it's focusing in there well so you can see it. But yeah, these are so pretty. Such pretty like topper shades. Oh man, they definitely changed the look of, you know, your eye look for sure. Another ColourPop quad. This is all like glitter shades. Rainbow Sparkles, I think is what it says, what it's called. I am going to keep this. I don't keep a lot of like shimmery glitter shades like this, but this one is actually pretty nice. I've used it before. Again, just to enhance some looks I've made to really make them pop. And I actually really like that palette. It's really cute. All right, another one I am not decluttering unless they're just really, really old, which I can tell you these are not. Makeup Geek. So sad. Marlena. Anyways, I really loved, this was one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas, so I'm so sad. But this is called Tickled Pink palette. And again, all she did was take up, you know, some of her single shadows and then just made, you know, an inspired look, you know, like a color story from it. So, but yeah, but I love these little quads. I have a bunch of them. This one's an all matte one. Can't remember if this one had a name or not, or if I think this is one I got off of her website. Like she had given it a name, but it doesn't list a name on the actual palette. Sorry, I'm trying to get this to focus. So yeah, this one I don't know a name of, but it was like she named it on her website when it was for sale. This one's called Orange Crush. And again, all these were like single shadows, so like all these were available as singles when her brand was there. God, why is this thing struggling so much to focus? Whew. But yeah, again, really nice palette. Love these. And then this one is Chocolate, which was one of my favorites. So pretty. And this has one of my favorite shadows of hers. Grandstand was one of my favorite metallics. Yeah, but so pretty. A couple more I have here. A really pretty green one. I forget what she called this one, but it was really pretty. So there's that one, and then there's this one, which is very colorful. And again, I don't know the name of this one either, but she didn't put the names on these ones. But yeah, Makeup Geek, I'm so sad. Oh, another Makeup Geek one here. Another pretty green inspired palette. So pretty. And look at that blue. Oh, so, so pretty. So sad. So sad she went out of business. Because I really did love her formula. Whew. It's one of my favorites. LA Girl. One of my favorite palettes here. It's to keep it playful and downplay. Out of these 9 pans like this is my favorite. I love this one. It's that perfect neutral color story for me. And these metallics are just insane. They're gorgeous. One of my favorite palettes overall. Some more Charlotte Tilbury here. We've got the Super Nudes Easy Eye palette, which is just all mattes. It's a nice, just everyday type of palette to use like in conjunction with another if you like shimmers or even if you just like all mattes. Then I have a bunch of Charlotte Tilbury quads here, so I'm going to go through those. I have Pillow Talk. This is just the original Pillow Talk. This is not one of my favorites. I know this is like highly loved through the community, but, and I'm sorry if you hear my dogs. They're like going nuts out there. I don't know what they're doing, but they're running around, I guess chasing each other. I don't know what's going on, so I apologize if you hear that. But this is Pillow Talk, but it's a luxury palette of pops. Okay, I was like, wait, I know it's different than regular Pillow Talk. But yeah, that's a pretty one. It has all like the satin shades. Or all right, this one is Luxury Palette of Pops in Celestial Eyes. Another pretty one. So again, none of my Charlotte Tilbury are going anywhere. So we have Desert Haze, which is a nice, I do like her mattes, I will say that. This is a nice little matte, all matte palette. Yeah, so it's an all matte palette, really like that one. And then this is Dazzling Diamonds Luxury Palette of Pops. Yeah, that one's pretty too. So those are most of my Charlotte Tilbury quads. Oh, here's another one. This is Pillow Talk Dreams. So I do like this more than the regular Pillow Talk. This is a more recent one that came out. So Pillow Talk Dreams. Really like that one. I don't know why this camera's having so much trouble focusing. I'm like, I know it's a lot of stuff to focus on, but Lord. I guess I'll go through my M Cosmetics next since they're right here. I do have all 5 of the current. I don't know if she came out with any more recently, but this is all the Divine Skies. This one is, I think, the original Divine Skies. Yeah, this is the original. Such a pretty palette. I love all these. Keeping all these for sure, absolutely, no doubt. This is the Rodin palette. Sorry, some of these aren't in focus very well, but I can't spend hours trying to get this thing to focus. Venetian Rose. We have the Da Vinci palette. And then probably the one I wear the least, or, you know, has the least favorable color story for me is the Faded Clementine. It's still beautiful, but this is just not a color story that I'm going to reach for the most. But those are all my M Cosmetics. Really like the brand overall. Don't know much about the creator, and I separate, you know, I don't know anything about that, but I do like the products. I think they're good quality. Some more Viseart. These are little quads. We have the Lilas, I don't know how you pronounce it, but this is a beautiful, I mean, it's going to give you a lighter look, of course, but these shades, I love taupes, and these shades are like so pretty. Such pretty like taupe type shades. Yeah, so such a pretty, that one's pretty. I had to make sure you got a good look on that one. That one is really pretty. Then we have the Praline palette. This one I received broken, but I was still, you know, as little as I'm going to wear it, I wasn't too worried. So I do have to be really careful with this one. But that top shade there is broken. Then I have the Chocolat palette, which is really pretty. A bit warmer tones, but really pretty. Oh, what in the world my dogs are doing out there? Oh my gosh. It sounds like they're going crazy. Here's a bunch of toenails running around on the hardwoods. And then this is a Fambroy palette. I don't know if that's how you say it, but this is really pretty too. That color story. Oh man, so pretty. Oh, Pat McGrath. I love these little palettes. I wish she'd do more of this type of thing. But these are just little 5-pan palettes. This one is called Ecstasy Sublime. And I can tell you almost every trip I've gone on, I make sure to take this one with me. But yeah, this palette is so pretty. I love this one. I wish she'd do more of these. And then we've got this one, which is more colorful. And this one is in Ecstasy Subversive. But really pretty as well. These metallic shades are so pretty. But yeah, that more neutral one, that comes with me all the time. Every vacation, I search for that thing. All right, just some more singles from Shroud. So I'm going to put those aside because, again, those will go with a separate video. Another little quad here from ColourPop, Citrus Fizz. I think that's what this is, yeah. So it's pretty. I'm going to keep that. Again, I'll do a separate, like I said, do a separate ColourPop and try to go through those and weed those out a little bit. I actually, these little elf ones, I'm going to go through eventually and figure out. I've got all of them, I think, or most of them, but I don't need them all. They're not all color stores I'm going to go through. But I have here, I have the cream and sugar one, which is one of my favorites. This was a one came with free with purchase, but I do have one that I bought originally when they came out. But this is a new one, so I'll probably replace the old one with this one. Just get rid of the old one. This is I Love You a Latte, which all mattes. But yeah, so keeping that. But some of the other ones, there's some color stories that I'm like, so I might end up getting rid of those. This is the Catrice 5 in a box. This one it's all nude, golden nude look. But that's actually a really pretty palette. And I just wish I could get this to focus better, but I can't seem to. But anyways, yeah, so there's that one. NARS Climax palette from last season. Oh yeah, definitely keeping this one. Love this one. So sad they make these limited edition because this thing's beautiful. Yeah, there you can really see. But these metallics, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. I love this palette. And I need to bring this back out for fall, for sure. We have some ColourPop. They're all matte palettes. We have Big Poppy, really, really pretty. And then we have Sunshine, or a little ray of sunshine, I guess. Definitely keeping both of these. It's just nice to have some matte palettes. You can just, some of the single shadows, you can reach in and grab those. Wet n Wild, this is Always Naked palette, actually one of my favorite palettes so far this year too, so definitely keeping this one. Again, got that one from Amazon for under $9. Heck yeah, best $9 spent. This, I'm cheating again, is actually a little trio from Glossier. It's an almond, but I don't know where else I would show this, so I'm going to show that now. Definitely keeping that, but that was again a Lauren May Beauty made me buy. See, I'm heavily influenced. I'm going to try to do my Natasha's together here a little bit too. We have Pat McGrath. This is that little mini eyeshadow she came out with, Midnight Voyage. It's really cute. I am keeping this because I did take this to travel with me. It came in really handy. So definitely keeping that. I know there's a lot of repeat shades, but sometimes it's nice to have a little compact thing, like I said, to take traveling. So I do have a bunch of these Wet n Wild palettes. I think they're kind of scattered throughout, but this one is in Lights Off. These are actually really good quality. I really like these palettes. So for now, I'm going to keep them all and put them in maybe, and then we'll determine what I want to keep. Go again. What I want to keep and what I want to get rid of. Sorry, another intermission. Okay, I think we're back. I think they're done freaking out for now. All right, another NARS palette here, Skin Deep palette. Really, really pretty palette. And I think it's an all-in-one. I believe you can use some of those. Depending on the tone, you might be able to use some of this for bronzer. But so pretty. Love their satin formula. It's really, really nice. So definitely keeping that. Sorry, I warned you guys. This is not really going to be much of a declutter. I'm mostly just going through my collection here and, just kind of seeing what I have, really. We have Artist Couture Supreme Nudes. This is my favorite of their palettes. Mine did come broken. And they did give me a replacement, but I ended up giving that to my friend. And I just kept the broken one. I was like, I don't care. I don't really use the mirrors anyways. But this is my favorite of the Artist Couture palettes I have. Unfortunately, the Mauves one that came out recently was a dud. So sad. We have Rose Quartz by Huda Beauty. This is absolutely not going anywhere. Love this palette. It's gorgeous. Actually, I need to bring it out some more. I haven't played with it recently because I've had so many new palettes coming in. But love this palette. One of my favorites, like overall in my collection. We have some from KVD Beauty. This, unfortunately, is that repeat one that I didn't realize I had, Edge of Reality. It's actually really, really pretty. I did swatch it. That's about the most I did with it. So I've got to keep one and declutter the other. So I'm going to put it in the maybe so I remember to go through. And then this is a newer one that I got on sale off of the website directly. And this is Planet Fanatic. And this palette apparently is fully recyclable. But I was actually surprised. These shades, this formula is really, really nice. So definitely keeping those. But like the other one, like I said, I just have to figure out which one I'm going to keep out of the two. This is one of the Naked Urban Decay, like the mini shadows. I forget what they're called, but this is the Naked Sin palette. And they're based off of one of the more popular shades from certain Naked palettes. So this one is based off the color Sin, which is that one right there. This color, this story, this is actually one, again, Lauren May Beauty made me buy, but this was a color story I knew spoke to me and that I would like. But it's nice having just a little pocket palette. I mean, it's okay. It's not one of my favorite formulas ever, but it's okay. Oh, here's my other little Lorac Mini Pro palette. This is my favorite, Mystic Oak. Now this is definitely shimmer heavy. It's got 4 shimmers and only 2 mattes. But yeah, that one is my favorite out of the little 6-pan palettes. Yeah, I love this one. Trying to keep some of this stuff together, but it's like getting lost in the mix. There we go. Let's see. I have some indie brand here. This is Adept Cosmetics. This first one is Amune. I think I got this one in deep and dark, whatever, because I couldn't remember if it, or I didn't know if it was the same formula as the one I already had. So I didn't want to get a repeat. So I figured at least if I got the deep versus the light version, that at least there would be some variance. So, and honestly, I haven't even had a chance to go to see if it's different. Sorry, just to make sure it's focusing. But yeah, really, really pretty. Trying to catch it not on that light either. But yeah, so pretty. Love Adept Cosmetics so far. Everything I've gotten from them, I really like. And none of my indie brand stuff is going anywhere. Then I have Glaminatrix. This is the Nocturnal palette that I waited forever to get. Finally came, I don't know, a couple weeks ago now. I just honestly haven't had a chance. I've had so much stuff coming in. This kind of just got lost in the mix. And you know, after so long, you've waited for something and then it's like, it's kind of lost the spark or lost the, yeah, there we go. Trying to make sure you can see it. Really pretty. So, so pretty though. So definitely need to pull this one out and play with this a little bit, but definitely not going anywhere. Waited a long time for that one. We have Ace Beauté, the Palatopoli. And I'm not gonna lie, not really a color story I'm gonna work with much, but it was something about the whole game of like I said, and I don't know if I've talked about this much lately, but I do want to kind of change the format of my channel here. It's time to just buckle down and not buy so much stuff. I mean, it's really pretty. I am keeping it, but like, I just have so much stuff, obviously. I mean, obvious. I have way too much stuff and it's just getting overwhelming. And then just thinking about the possible recession coming and just how the, you know, economy and everything, the way things are looking, I'm like, I just need to be smarter. There's no doubt. I just need to be smarter. I need to be better about not buying a bunch of stuff I don't need. Not to say there aren't things I'm going to buy, but like, I just need to really buckle down. So I think I'm going to start changing the format. I'm going to start doing more like Shop My Stash, maybe like a palette of the week and start doing different looks with it, you know, kind of in the same realm of, you know, Shop My Stash, but like, you know, just really focus on what I have and rotate through my collection some more. So that is how my channel is going to change a little bit here in the upcoming future. So I have some Moira Cosmetics. This is actually pretty nice. Haven't played with this one yet. I just got these. This is the Little Stars palette. Really pretty. You know, I love my neutral palettes. Yeah, so really, really pretty neutral palette. So keeping these because I still have to play with them a little bit. I have used this one. This one is Sugar Delight. Really pretty. Nice little neutral palette. And then I did play with this one too, the Wineberry. Actually, I think I used the Sugar Delight and this one together. This one's really pretty. I love these tones. Those are like some of my favorite tones, but so, so pretty. So I was actually surprised. I was impressed with these. So definitely keeping these. Got to play with these a little bit more. Get some final thoughts on them. But, and again, some of these are palettes I'm still like, this is kind of mixed in with some of my current collection and like things that I've more recently purchased that I'm still like tweaking and seeing what I feel, reviewing. So this is what I'm still reviewing. It's Dosa Colors Golden Hour palette. I know it's been out for a little bit, but I just finally got it. And sorry, randomly, occasionally you're going to hear some dogs barking in the background. There's just nothing I can do. So I am actually still reviewing that one, so I don't really have any thoughts on it yet, but obviously keeping it. A couple of Violet Voss, some of the mini palettes. This is the Golden Sunflower. I saw that they had a sale on Sephora. And I do like Violet Voss's formula, so I picked these up. Rose Party. I actually really like this one. I made a look with this one. It was really, really pretty. So definitely keeping those, obviously. We have Sephora Playlist Metal Rebel, which I've already talked about is one of my favorite out of this group. Love this palette. Love those tones. So definitely keeping that. Some smaller palettes here. I have Lawless, the glam one, I guess is how you say that. Really pretty. Really pretty palette. So definitely keeping that one. I have the Soft Glam by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Definitely keeping this one. This one has traveled with me and actually recommended this one to a friend of mine at work. And she's like, oh, I love this palette. Thank you so much. And so yeah, so definitely keeping that one. Oh, another CT Quad. Charlotte Tilbury. We have the Celestial Pearl. This was again another Lauren May Beauty. Maybe buy. I think this was last holiday palette. But yeah, definitely keeping that one. We have Dior. I think this is one of my only Dior palettes, probably the only one I'm ever going to have. It's Soft Cashmere. Again, not that it's not pretty, but just for the price, I have so many other palettes that are as good a quality or better for less money. This is what I'm still reviewing, but oh, Alice in Wonderland. I had to get this one. This was for my friend. I think I've already told the story, but we worked together. Krista and I worked together at my current job for a little while. She was a travel nurse working there with me, and became good friends, but she used to tease me because, you know, I'm goofy and silly, so she called me Alice from Alice in Wonderland just because I'm like kind of goofy and out there sometimes. So that she nicknamed me Alice, and I nicknamed her Ginger after Gilligan's Island because she's a little goofy and out there too. Love you girl. But yeah, so anyway, so I had to get this just in honor of us. So yeah, but I do like Alice in Wonderland anyways, but I am still reviewing that one, so can't even give you final thoughts on that one, so it's obviously not going anywhere. I have Michaela. This is the show off, no, what is this? It's the, pot 2, isn't it? I think that's how she says it. Haven't even reached into this yet. I got it recently, but it's on my list to dig into. It's really pretty. Beautiful tones, beautiful color story. So I do still have to, cool. Anyways, but yeah, so I still have to review that even. So obviously keeping that. Blend Buddy Cosmetics, the Dollhouse. This is my first time trying their brand, and I'm highly impressed. Love this palette. It is beautiful. I did a look just, I think mostly using this row, maybe a little bit of this row, but this shade right here is just gorgeous. I was like, oh my gosh. And then that too, oh, I was like, Lord. And that's beautiful too. Anyways, these all the shimmers are beautiful. Shimmers, metallics, topper shades, they're all beautiful. So definitely keeping that one. Love that palette. It's beautiful. I also got this on sale, Violet Voss I Rushed You palette. Couldn't tell the color story online. It was a little hard to read, like actually what the color story was. Let's see if I'm in focus again. There we go. But yeah, it's pretty. It's definitely a lot darker than I expected, but I do like Violet Voss, so again, more recent palettes, so definitely obviously keeping that one. Urban Decay Party Favor palette. This is another Lauren May Beauty Made Me Buy. This has beautiful topper shades. These are gorgeous. So I took this on my vacation with me too, just again, if you want to amp up a look, take a, you know, kind of plain boring look and make it sparkle, you got it. That'll definitely make it sparkle. I have this from Adept Cosmetics, House of L. I haven't even used this yet, but again, it was just, I don't want to say, there are some brands that I do kind of collect. I have to get out of that habit, but I was like, oh, a new palette from them. So when I got that other M&A palette, I picked this up as well. Yeah, so not really color story that I'm into, but I do love their formula, and I'm sure it's a fabulous palette. So, you know, we'll see, hopefully. Oh, another expensive, regretful purchase, Guerlain. Like, really, why? This is the Ombre's G palette. But it was their cooler tone palette. I mean, it's pretty, but to me, just nothing special. Nothing that I'm going to reach in more than I reach in for my other shadows. And for the price, I'm like, yeah, no, that would be my one and only purchase from that brand for sure. Again, some newer ones. I got the Tarte Maneater. This is the, I think it's After Hours, I think is what it was called, or After Dark or something like that. It's pretty, but I'm not all that impressed with the formula. Like, I mean, it looks pretty in here, like the, just, you know, the indentate or the embossing, you know, the cute little thing. I mean, it's cute, but I don't think these are anything special. Like, I used a couple of these shades and like they didn't even really show up that well. I was like, oh, so yeah, but I just recently got it, so I'm still testing it out, but I don't necessarily recommend it. So Dominique Cosmetics Transition Palette. This is the all matte palette. I did talk about this one. I don't know how I feel about this one either. Still working with it, but I just found like the shades were kind of dusty and just kind of like patchy, and I really had to build up these darker shades. I was a little disappointed, so I don't know. So I'm still working with that, see what I think about it, but on first impression, wasn't that excited or wasn't that, you know, impressed by it, put it that way. All right, I gotta gather these up a little bit more where I can get to them easily. Another Tarte Maneater. This one is the Vanity palette. I don't know why, it was just something cute caught my eye about it. The fact that it had a little mascara you could tuck in there, and then, you know, had only, unfortunately, 2 shimmers, and then the rest are mattes. It's okay. I mean, it does a decent, you know, basic eye look. Nothing you know, spectacular. But it is a more recent purchase. I'm still testing it out, so I'm going to keep it. But I wouldn't just go run out and buy it. I'm just saying that. I have another Viseart Cashmere palette. This palette's beautiful. I love this one. One of my favorites. So, so pretty. Beautiful color story. Tones that I love. Yeah, love this palette. One of my favorites. And then the Violet and Itendu palette. Another really pretty one. Now this one's of course a little bit more vibrant than the other one, but another beautiful palette. And again, I love my Viseart palettes, so those aren't going anywhere. Another little Viseart. This is the Theory palette. Very, very pretty. Nice warm palette. This would be really pretty for this time of year too. Sugar Drizzle. We have the Sugar Dreams palette. Still testing this out. I don't think I've even used it yet. Just trying to find an opportunity because again, I've got so many I've tested or recently purchased. Ugh. So yeah, so still need to test that one out, so I'll let you know. Huda Beauty, the Toffee Brown palette. Again, I am keeping on my Huda Beauty. This one's definitely a little bit more warm toned, but it definitely would be pretty again for this time of year. So maybe need to break that one out now, but I'm definitely keeping that. BK Beauty, the True Beauty palette. It's an okay everyday palette. I mean, nothing like spectacular. It had a decent formula. Definitely more of like a shimmer formula. It's going to give you our satin, I guess, not shimmer, sorry, satin formula is what I meant to say. So yeah, I mean, but I think for, you know, more mature hooded eyes, that kind of thing, like, you know, if you have texture, you know, wrinkles, that kind of stuff, I think this formula works really, really well. So it is a nice palette, so definitely keeping that. Unearthly Cosmetics Fall Magic palette. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this I need to break out for this time of year for sure. So almost forgot about this palette, but it's gorgeous. Beautiful. And it's actually probably my favorite Unearthly Cosmetics palette that I own. I own a few. I own some from the before they rebranded or, you know, renamed. And then I have some of the older, so, or some of the newer. Rare Beauty. I do really like these actually. This is Confident Energy. These little palettes are really cute, and actually I did a look with these when I first got them, and man, these shades actually really surprised me. Like, they were really, really pretty. Really pretty. Now, I haven't bought any of the new, more recent palettes, but, and then this one's Magnetic Spirit. But these are really pretty. Yeah, so I'm definitely glad I have these. Keeping those for sure. Kaleidos. Oh man, I love, and I have their the newest collection. I have that coming, so it, you know, of course, is coming from overseas, so it's going to take a minute to get here, but this is last year's palettes. Only thing is they don't list the names on here, which I hate. But yeah, so there's that palette, but they're both gorgeous. Obviously, definitely not going anywhere. And then this palette, but those metallic shades are gorgeous. Oh man, love that brand. So definitely keeping that. Huda Beauty, we have the Smoky Obsessions. I just can't get myself to get rid of this palette. This is my favorite of these little palettes. These shades, these metallics in here, those tones are just beautiful. I mean, that's like me and a little palette. So can't get myself to get rid of that one. So that one's not going anywhere. I don't care. I have another Viseart Paris Edit palette. This one came broken as well, so I have to be really, really careful. But yeah, that shade down there. But again, another really pretty palette. Sorry, let's see if this stuff is focusing again. Every once in a while, I guess I gotta just kind of get to it. Make it focus. Focus! Okay. There we go. So now you can see. But yeah, so I have to be really careful with that one shadow. I think I've tried to press it down before and it still just keeps coming. So, and unfortunately, just not palettes I wear that much, so I'm not too worried about it. But Viseart Warm Edit palette. Another warm one. This one came broken too. I can't remember where I got these from, but they did me wrong. Give me a bunch of broken palettes. I think, well, let me say I got some of these from Beauty Bay, which I don't think I'll order from again. No offense, but I think they're overseas as well, and it's just, I don't know, that's that kind of stuff that keeps happening when I get products from over there. They have to come from so far, they keep coming broken. This one is the Spritz Edit, another really pretty one. Yeah. And then I keep wanting to get Wayne Goss's the Pearl, I forget what it's called, but the Pearl eyeshadow palette, but every time I look on there, it's not in stock. So this is the Imperial Topaz. I believe this is the first one I got from Wayne Goss, I think. It was either that one or Tourmaline, which is this one. Can't remember which one was first. I think Imperial Topaz was first, and this one, if I remember correctly. But I do like the formula. You know, I think eventually, I don't want to say I'll collect them all, but I think I'll eventually get more. There's a new one that came out that I'll look into eventually, but I really want that pearl one. But again, every time I go on there, it's out of stock. So, Jason Wu, this is that All Mattes palette I was talking about. Yeah, it's just called Matte Agave. I really do like this palette. These are really nice mattes, and it's just perfect, like, tones in there for me, for my skin tone. And so this works really, really well. Like anytime I want to do like a nice either matte look or, you know, use that with some of my single shadows, it just works great. All right, let's see what we got here. We've got Artist Couture. This is Supreme Nudes, the Quickie palette. It's okay. It's not anywhere near as good as the main Supreme, like the nude palette that I like, but it's okay. So still keeping it though. Joseph Colors, the Truffle palette. I just literally just got this the other day, so I haven't even used it yet. So that is in my, you know, to try palette pile. So still obviously keeping that. I'll give you some thoughts eventually here. Huda Beauty Nude Light palette, one of my favorites. Love this palette, and what I love doing is mixing this with the Nude Medium palette, which is this one. Because some of these, I like some of these darker shimmers to mix with the lighter ones and some of those darker tones. You know what I mean? It just enhances depending on if you want a little bit deeper look. I love those palettes. And then the Wild palette, which I love. This is the Jaguar palette. One of my favorite palettes. Man, this tone and this that shade in the center there is gorgeous. Beautiful topper shade. But yeah, I love that palette. One of my favorites for sure from Huda Beauty. This one here, Sephora I Love Bloom palette. It's okay. Not one of my favorite of these type of palettes, maybe because the tones are so light. I mean, it's not bad, but it's okay. Yeah, not bad. All right, trying to put all my Natasha Denona here together, so try to keep those together. Go through some other ones here. Oh, and sorry, I don't know if I told you wrong. I don't know if I told you wrong or not, but another ColourPop, the Coast is Clear palette. This is actually my favorite one. Can't remember what the other one was that I said, but this is my favorite. And I think that one I said that was my favorite before is actually my second favorite. So this is number 1, that one was number 2, and then the more warm tone one is number 3. But I love these palettes, I really do. I think they're really nice, really good quality. I have RMS Beauty. This was actually an extra one. I accidentally placed an order twice. I don't know what in the world I did, but this actually was on sale, so I was like, whatever. I got it for like $7-8 maybe, but I actually really do like these. The one I did use, it's just a little quad here, and it's called Forever Eyeshadow Quad. Actually, they really surprised me. They're like a nice like satin, but they're very, very smooth, very pretty. So I'll probably actually give this one to a friend. So I'm gonna put that aside so I don't forget, because I already have an open one. I don't need both. All right, Natasha, keep you here, trying to weed through some of these other ones so we can do Natasha all together, because that's gonna take a minute. That's a lot of Natasha. A lot of Natasha, and I got some Pat McGrath here too. So I'm gonna work around those, and we'll do these other ones first. I feel like there was a ColourPop one mixed in here too that I could go over. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so we'll go over these. All right, so we'll do these ones first, and then we'll do that one. All right, so I have a ColourPop. This is Sorbet. I think this might be the one that I had, the other one that was broken. So if so, this is the one I'm keeping. I'm getting rid of that other one. But I'm going to put this in the maybe so I can figure out which one it was. Oh yeah, actually I have it right here. It is Sorbet. So yeah, I'm going to put this one in my keep because I already had the other one separated. But that is a cute little quad. I do like it. I have these little 5 pans from ColourPop, which I think I'm actually going to get rid of these ones. This is the couplet. I'm going to put this in the maybe, because there might be 1 or 2 of these that I want, but most of these I didn't like. I don't think the formula was as good in these, so I'm probably going to get rid of most of those, but we'll see. Actually, I have the rest of those here, so I think I'll put that in with that pile. Probably review that one again. All right, we have some more Sephora. These are the playlist ones of the Heartland Hero, which is my second favorite of these ones, so definitely keeping that one. Then we have the Blues Beauty, which was my least favorite of them. This blue was just really underwhelming and really just really dark tones, and just, I don't know, there just wasn't much in here that was like what I would really want to wear. So really dark. So that I might eventually declutter, but I'm gonna keep it for now. And this is the Pocket Palette. This is my favorite one in cold brown tones. I've talked about multiple times, one of my favorite palettes of the year as well. I mean, I know it sounds silly, but me and these neutral palettes, they get me. So yeah,
definitely love that palette, keeping that. All right, Makeup by Mario. I have this little quad here called Glam Quads Rosy Glam palette. It's really pretty. Yeah, so definitely keeping that one. Thought there was another Makeup by Mario. I might have already gone through. I don't remember. But all right, then we will do Pat, and then we'll keep Natasha for last. So we have Pat McGrath here. This is the Voyeuristic Vixen. Definitely keeping all these. They're all beautiful. Then we have the unnamed one. Oh, dang. I always forget the name. Gold and bronze something. I always forget the name of this one until I'm like reviewing it. And I'm like, oh yeah. And then I have to look it up. So then I find out the name. But anyways, not going anywhere. So whatever. This one is Interstellar Icon. These are all beautiful. Love them all. This one is Bronze Borealis. Another pretty one. I did notice the pan sizes started getting smaller with these ones though. Let me see. Yeah. See the difference in the pan sizes? But still the same price. Or I think still the same price, or maybe even more expensive. Oh, isn't that funny? Anyways, we have this one, Eternal Eden. Another pretty one. I mean, they're all pretty. Then we have Risque Rose. Yep. Then we have Deep Space Divinity from the Celestial Odyssey Luxe Quad. Another pretty one. And then another unknown, unnamed one, which I honestly don't remember the name of this one. It's pretty, but yeah, definitely not the tones that I'm going to wear the most. So those other ones are more my tones. Put these over here. Oh, now down to Natasha. So we'll just get this one out of the way first. Natasha Denona, my Dream palette, brand new. It is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. Beautiful palette. Yes, so definitely like this palette. Not going anywhere. So, all right. So going through these little ones. I have the little baby ones. I have the Baby Glam and the Baby Biba. So Baby Glam is there. And these just came with like some Sephora favorites or like, you know, holiday things. I don't know. It was like a kit, like came with other stuff, but got both of those. Then I think I'll do these bigger pan palettes next. And keep the minis for last. I think I'll do that. Okay, I think that's right. So I have the eyeshadow palette number 4. I really do like this palette. Those tones are really gorgeous. Love these. Oh, yeah, so beautiful. Then I have this one is the Camel palette. Another beautiful, just neutral palette. Then we have the Ayana palette, which came in like a boxy charm. So definitely keeping that one. I mean, obviously keeping all these. I don't know why I'm even saying that. But the Coral palette. Very, very pretty. We have the Cranberry palette. And a lot of these I ended up getting on a discount. They have like a sale on Natasha's site or on Sephora or whatever. So palette number 10. Really, really pretty. And that's an older packaging. I don't know why. I don't know what the difference or when she changed her palette packaging, but this is palette 2, which again, another beautiful. I love this palette. Those tones in there. That's so me. Then we have the Holiday Joya palette. I want to say maybe this, was that in a boxy? No, I don't think it was boxy. I think Natasha, I think it was on her site and I got it on sale. This was a boxy, a Peak palette. Again, another pretty neutral palette, or kind of neutral palette. All right, so for the minis, I think I have all the minis. I'm pretty sure, unless there's one I missed before I really got into makeup. I don't know. But we have the Xenon palette, mini Xenon. We have the Tropic palette. Again, some of these, I think this was actually a better formula than the bottom row of the Tropic, if I remember correctly. Some of these, though, they're not as good a quality. The Star palette, I don't think the quality is quite as good on that one. Glam palette, love this one. One of my favorites. The newer, I think this is newer. Yeah, Mini Metropolis. Yep. So, and I have the big Metropolis too, of course. I think I have all the big palettes. Zendo, Mini Zendo, one of my favorites. I wish the big Zendo or Midi Zendo had been same color story or similar, but definitely like the Mini better than the Midi. The Biba, Mini Biba. like that one. We have the Mini Retro. Love this palette. So pretty. Love that. And somehow I dug into the shadow there, but oh well. We have the Mini Love palette. Another really pretty one. I think this, oh, Sunset, yeah. Mini Sunset. We have Mini Crush palette. Some of these were like limited edition, so unfortunately. Mini Nude, one of my favorites, because I'm just a basic bee. Mini Lila palette. This one, the formula is okay too. I don't think it's as good. I think definitely the formula has improved on these mini ones. Mini Gold, another really pretty one. Really like that one. All right, so I'm going to count these. Oh, you know what, actually what I'm going to do, I have some more here, so I'm going to move these out of the way. I'm going to put some more out here and we'll finish up. Oof, maybe we will. God, this is a lot. Okay, so I've got this whole drawer. I'm just going to keep them in this drawer and just take them out as we go. Just seems like it's going to be easier. So, and these are all like ColourPop, e.l.f., mixture of stuff. So there might be some face stuff in here too, so I might have to eventually figure that out. All right, so we've got some ColourPop ones here, so I think I'll go through those. We have the Swack. Is that what that says? I don't know. Anyways, a lot of these I'm probably going to end up getting rid of, but I have to figure out which one. This is the couplet one I showed you recently. I just put it back in this pile so that I could go, you know, have them all together. This one I'm probably going to get rid of is Amora, because it has that glitter in there, and otherwise just not really going to reach for it. So, and I don't think these were as good of quality. And then the Ballad Color Story, I think, was one of my favorites. There was this group, it was like songs like Ballad and something else, I forget what it was. Those ones were probably my favorites out of these, but I'm going to put these in the maybe because I'm going to go through these and figure out what I'm keeping eventually. I have some Wet n Wild, I have some Catrice, so let's put these together. So out of the Wet n Wild, I have the Petalette, I guess is what that says. Sorry, struggling there for a minute. These are really pretty, but again, I think some of these I'm going to go through because, I mean, I'm not going to reach these over some of my other palettes. I mean, even as pretty as they are. Camo Flaunt. Again, this has a pressed glitter. I hate that. So that one might go. We have the My Lucky Charm palette, which came, oh shoot, it's still broken. Came broken. I was trying to keep that from happening, but yeah, broke shadow there. So I might just finally just get rid of that one. There's no reason to keep that. We have the Sundays palette, and I can always get these again if I really am that inclined. So again, most of these might be going. This is Walking on Eggshells. I'm going to keep this one because this is one of the first, you know what I mean, like the small palettes they had. It was a quad originally. I think it might have even been a trio, then a quad, then became this. So I'm definitely going to keep that one. So I will, still put in this maybe pile though. And then Go Commando, which is another pretty one. So I don't know. We'll see. I might keep some of these, might get rid of some of them. I don't know. The Catrice 5 in a box. We have this one in Warm Spice look. So again, I'm going to decide which of these I'm going to keep. Then this one is Modern Smoky look, which is really pretty. I do kind of like that one. It's a little bit different. And then this one is Soft Rose look, which I think I might keep this one too, if I keep any of those. So that's that. These I'm definitely keeping. Flower Beauty, the Desert Lights, and the Jungle Lights. Those two are gorgeous. Like metallic, talk about metallic shades. Those are beautiful. Love both of those. So definitely keeping those. Actually, I'm just going to put them, well, no, I'll put them out here because I have to count for them anyways. And then e.l.f., pull all these out. Again, some of these are going to be face because I think I put them all together because they would all fit in here. So I'm going to pull out the face ones. Make sure those are separate. I think I have like all the face ones. Crazy. Insane. Again, when I go out, I go all out. What can I say? So yeah, I'm going to put those separate. And then, so the e.l.f. ones I have here, I have the Mint Melt palette. I have the, Mint Melt and Mint to Be, sorry. I was like, I think there's more to the name. And this one's Chocolate Mint. Really cute. If I keep either, I'll keep the Chocolate Mint. It's more my thing. I think, yeah, I was going to say, I think that's Cream and Sugar. And again, that was the one I have a duplicate of, so I'll probably get rid of that one and keep the other one that's new. This one is Rose Water, which is one of my favorites. So definitely keeping that one. Might get rid of this one. This is a Carnival Candy, just not what I'm going to reach for. More warm tones. I would reach for that all matte shadow, you know, the all nude one before I reach for that. And this one's Hot Jalapeno. I might just keep this one because I don't keep a lot of greens and I like the tones of that one. So I might keep that one. Pumpkin Pie, for sure keeping that one. And then Truffles. I actually do really like the Truffles one too. So I'm going to keep that one for sure. But yeah, there's all that. All right, so I'm just going to pull out some more here. So we're going to speed through this part as well. I think for now I'm just going to keep these in here. Those are all there, and I'll just pull them out as we go and show you, because it's just a mess. Becoming really a mess. Ugh, this is going to be fun to have to to put back away, rehome. Woo! Okay, so I'm just going to start here. Sorry, this is a mix of some face stuff and some eyeshadows, but I didn't feel like pulling apart what was what. So this is the Cookies and Dream palette. This is newer to me. I'm going to keep this just because, again, I'm still trying to get my thoughts on it. I have a bunch of these little essence. Well, here, let's do this first. Makeup by Mario. This is the Glam Quads and Bronzy Glams. So definitely going to keep that one. All right, RMS Beauty. That's that same quad I showed you before, but the one I've actually used, which is really, really pretty. And Forever Eyeshadow Quad, so keeping that one. This is Copacetic Cosmetics, the Holiday Feast palette. So cute, so pretty. Love that color story. Definitely keeping that. We have some Rowan quads here. We have Rowan Beauty 1111 quad, one of my favorites. We have the 52 Cool, definitely one of my favorites. We have the Naked 3 by Urban Decay Mini. I actually really like this palette. That has traveled with me before too, so definitely keeping that palette. I have some Tarte palettes. These are actually really cute. I think they're actually little trios, but they're really, really cute. So we have the Foil Finger Paints in Bahamas. I'm going to keep all of these. Milky Way and Lunar. These are all so pretty. Those are definitely foiled. So, so pretty. So definitely keeping those. We have some Cara Beauty palettes here. I think I have two of them. Yeah, we have the With You palette. So really pretty, warmer tone. That'd be really nice for this time of year too. Wildflower. Actually, that'd be really nice this time of year too. But I'm going to keep both of these because these are my only two Cara Beauty palettes. They're small enough and I like the formula, so I'm going to keep those. I have a bunch of Violet Voss, but I'll go through these Lawless ones first. I have the little one from Lawless, keeping that one. I have the baby one, which is my favorite, I think. I think that's the one. It was either baby or the other one that I showed you is my favorite. Yeah, so I like both of those. Yeah, I think the other one was my favorite, but that's my second favorite, the baby one. Definitely keeping those. Again, as far as Violet Voss, we have the Creme Brulee. Keeping that. We have the HG Fun Sized. Keeping that. Berry Burst Fun Sized. Keeping that. We have the Wild Dahlia. I think that's so pretty. That'd be really nice for this time of year too. Wildflower, which I think could get away with this time of year too. Anyways, keeping all those. I do like my Violet Voss, especially the little ones. So cute. All right. I have, go through these I guess next. I have Dose of Colors. This is the, I don't know. It's a little mini palette. Little 4-pan palette. I don't know the name, but I want to say it came out with that Friendscation or the Desi whatever collab. I think it came out with that, but then we have Copacetic Cosmetics Cafe Mocha. You know I'm keeping this one. This little thing is gorgeous. Unfortunately, it's lost most of its coffee scent. It did have a coffee scent, but it's kind of gone away, but I still love it. Copacetic The Hustle Quad. Another one I'm keeping. These shades are beautiful. And then Huda Beauty Wild Tiger Palette. I love tigers. My favorite animal. So definitely keeping this. And then that's all face stuff. So I'm just going to ignore that. Then I'll just move it out of the way. How about that? Alright, so we have some here from Essence. I have as far as I know, all their little 6-pans they came out with more recently. I have the Ice Ice Baby. Really pretty one. I'm probably going to keep all of these because I do like the formula. This is the nude one, of course. We have the My Rose Will Go On, and I think they're cute. They're named after songs. We have Dancing Green, which is actually my favorite one out of these. Definitely keeping that one. We have the Mauve It, or however you want to say it, you know. But that one's really cute. That's actually really pretty. We have the Coral Me Maybe. Another really pretty one. Bronze to This Way is probably my other favorite one out of these, which would be really nice for this time of year. And Taupe It Up is really pretty too. Very light, but definitely a nice companion palette. So keeping all those. All right, we have some Simply Posh here. We have the Northern Lights. Sorry, these are still in there. Definitely keeping all of these. These are gorgeous. These are not going anywhere. Simply Posh, I love them. One of my newest favorite indie brands. Icy Chill, another all like duochrome palette. Definitely keeping that. We have Sydney Grace, Be Mine. One of my favorite palettes of the year as well. Definitely keeping that one, obviously. Another Simply Posh Cozy Cabin palette. So beautiful. We have Picking Peonies Simply Posh. Did a look with this one. Gorgeous. Yeah. Love that palette. Oh, one of my newest favorites, Glaminatrix, the Nearly Natural palette. I waited a while for this one too, and it was well worth the wait. This thing is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. These metallics are, I mean, that's some like sparkly shades for sure. Beautiful, beautiful. Love that palette. One of my favorites of the year as well. So you will see that in my favorites video. Pat McGrath, this is the Mothership Mega Celestial Odyssey from last year. This is the one that they replaced my other one with that came broken. So this is my actual one I keep and use. Love this palette. It's in my summer to fall transition palette inspiration video as well. So check that out. Sigma Magnifique palette. I actually really like this palette. I think it's really, really cute. And it's perfect little size, 6 pan. I did some looks with this. I think it was gorgeous. So definitely keeping that one. I have JCat, the Dia Noche palette. This one is the Dia palette. Oh, if I could get it open. Gosh. Okay. Why am I struggling? Very, very pretty palette. I was very impressed with these. And then this is the Noche palette. Very beautiful as well. Definitely keeping those, and they're newer anyway, so they're going to be in my palette roundup. And then I have Milani's Ungilded Most Loved Mattes. Nice matte palette, so definitely going to keep that good formula. Nothing wrong with it. Got some big palettes here. Oh, Toddy Beauty. Oh, definitely keeping this one. I'll probably put this one in my nostalgia, you know, sentimental palette pile, but love this one. And these are probably the best glitter formula I've ever used as far as like staying on the eye, the glitter, you know what I mean? It's just like the formulation of them. Only thing I never really understood is why there was a sparkling matte and a regular matte. Like I would just like to see some difference there between these two. Like they look so similar, like I don't know. But anyways, but other than that, love this palette, love the tones. I wish she would have had a chance to come out with another one, do like a more cool tone neutral or something, but oh well, you know. This is the other Mother Mega, I can't talk. Pat McGrath Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity. So this is the one from 2 years ago, so what, 2020? Another beautiful palette. Love these palettes. I'm glad she started coming out with these a little bit less expensive. So many shadows for the price, for her price point. This is the ColourPop Rock Candy palette, one of my favorites from this year. I think it was this year that this came out, but I love that palette. And another one, Gone Matte. Another awesome palette for this year. So if you want it all matte, if you do all matte looks, or you want just something that has like every shade of matte you could want to do with another look, I definitely recommend that palette. All right, so for this, I'm just going to reach into this bin and just show you instead of like dumping this whole thing out because that's just, ugh. Anyways, I have a bunch of these little Sephora pocket palettes. You will have seen them multiple times in my videos, but these are Sun Shadows, and this one is in Warm Dusk. So I know I've shown these before, so, but yeah, keeping all these, they're all newer anyway, so. Then this one is Golden Hour. And these are in my summer to fall palette inspiration video as well. So check that out. This one is in First Lights. One of my favorites of these because of tones, that's just me. And this is Noon Lights. So yeah, these two are actually my favorite of the ones, just because they're more my color story, you know, kind of thing. But they're all good. Definitely like them all. Now I'm trying to be careful too, because some of these, this whole box here, this here is my palette roundup for third quarter. So I guess it's kind of a sneak peek, or some of them are. So anyways, but so I have to try to remember to keep these together. But I have Ulta Beauty's Blush and Blooms, actually really pretty palette. And then the Everyday Faves, which I was very impressed with. This is a Jessica Braun made me buy it, and I don't regret it. So very nice. We have ColourPop's Clay It Cool, which I believe this is in my summer to fall palette video as well. Check that out. This is Sydney Grace, Where the Wild Things Grow. Beautiful. This color here is intense. I did a look with that and I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, that color is beautiful, very intense. Her metallics are amazing. Then we have Sydney Grace California Coast. I'm trying to think if they're, yeah, this is a light. I was trying to remember if these, some of her palettes have light and deep, some of them are just one color story. So this is the light version, but beautiful. Love that palette, it's gorgeous. The more recent Natasha Denona, this is the Mini Bronze palette. Really pretty. Then we have some more little quads from ColourPop. I think, yeah, Agata Agave. Really, really pretty one. Then we have I See You Baby. Anyways, you know, something like that. Oh, another quad. This is Ruby something. Really Ruby. Yeah, this one is broken too. But just the hinge, so that's good. Okay, anyways. We have Linda Hallberg, the new Golden 20s. Actually really pretty everyday palette as well. Nice formula. Okay, some more of these pocket palettes. These are this is warm brown tones, so similar to the cold brown tones, but just in warm. And then this one is mauve tones. Really pretty one as well. Really like that one. We have Bella Butte Bar, the Burn Book, Unoriginal Nudes. Really, really pretty palette as well. I think this is the only one I have from Bella Butte Bar, but I would definitely be willing to test that out some more, like get some more from their brand. So the Tarte Tartelette Jewel palette, really cute. Another Lauren May Beauty made me buy. I don't know why I bought a backup of that one I like so much, Coast is Clear, I think it is, of ColourPop. So I don't really know why. I'm gonna put that to the side though. Yeah, that was like an impulse, but it was on sale for like $4 or something. So I was like, or $6. Morphe 2, I got these little 5-pan palettes. They're actually really cute. I have the Hawaiian From Hawaii with Love palette. Really, really cute. Then I have this more green palette, more warm toned, called Palm Springs. Really cute. And then I think the last one here is Malibu. Probably my favorite. I don't know. The Hawaii one might be actually my favorite, and then this is my next. But yeah, they're actually really cute. Not bad at all. It's the first time I've purchased like Morphe 2. So I have this little one from NYX. It is the Ultimate Edit, something Queen, I think. Ultimate Queen palette, yeah. Actually not bad. Not bad at all. Definitely more warm tone. Nice for this time of year. But not bad. More Rowan Beauty quads. I have the 75. I have the Eyes on Me. Those first few I showed you though are my top favorite of these. Mood Forever. Actually, that one's pretty too. I do like that one. And then Gold Lust. I think these just being more warm toned. You know, I do like more neutral to cool a little bit more. So I have the Too Faced Born This Way Sunset Stripped. This was an Allie Glines made me buy. It's okay. I mean, nothing wrong with it, but not my favorite formula. It doesn't top. I mean, I think you can go with LA Girl Pro Neutrals and get just as good or better quality. So I love this palette. Have One Size. This one surprised me. Patrick Starr's brand. One Size. This is a Visionary palette. I think this is actually really good. I kept hesitating because I kept hearing not so good things about it. But I have to say, the couple times I wore it, I've had really good turnout with this. So I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. So I feel kind of bad I hesitated on it, but I did get it on sale. So Lunar Beauty, this is the Nude Prism, a beautiful, beautiful nude palette. Love this one. If you're looking for a neutral palette, gorgeous. LA Girl Sun Kissed Glow palette, you know I like this one. I don't know why it's sticky. But anyways, yeah, love, love, love this palette. Perfect for this time of year, and that's in my video for sure. Jurassic World from Profusion. Don't know really why I got this other than the whole Jurassic Park. My son loved Jurassic Park. He loved dinosaurs forever when he was little. And so, I don't know, I kind of got this for him. I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those goofy, weird, sentimental things, but it's okay. I mean, not the best quality, but it's okay. Oh, I have Simply Posh Fairy Tale Fairies. I do need to use this some more. I only think I used it once. It's beautiful. But I wish it would have come out with this a little bit earlier. Like, say this would have been like a spring palette. Because I feel like that's more spring. But I mean, hey, you know, who's to say you can't wear those kind of colors this time of year? And then Pat McGrath. Oh, Mothership 10. Moonlit Seduction, I think. Did I understand that right? Yeah, Moonlit Seduction. I'm like, I think I said that right. Another gorgeous palette. I need to play with this some more. I think I've used it twice, but I need to use it some more. It's beautiful. So yeah, there's that from that. And I think the last few I have to go through here. Have a Tarte one here. This is Rainforest of the Sea Foil Finger Face Quad. That's what it says. Another really pretty foiled shadow palette. I really do enjoy those actually. Another Tarteist Pro To Go. Cute little travel palette. Haven't dug in that one in a while, I have to admit. Some of my favorite from Sigma are the 9 pans. We have the Fiery palette. We have the Hazy palette, which I think is beautiful. That's one of my favorites. We have the Ritzy palette. Beautiful. These would be good for this time of year too. Some of these warmer tone. The Ivy would be beautiful right now. I figure out why I just got really, really blurry there for a minute. But yeah, so this is one of my favorites of these, the Ivy palette. Did a whole review on that. We've got the Rosy palette. I know at one point Samantha March had this in a bundle for her, you know, like a collab. And then the Spicy palette. But I do really like all these. None of these are going anywhere. I do like my Sigma palettes. So those are definitely staying. So, goodness, I think that is enough for now. So I'm going to count these up, do a total. Again, like I said, this was not going to be, the first part was more of a declutter because it was stuff I had stored sitting aside. And I'm like, okay, I need to go through this and really, but yeah, this is my first step in like letting go of stuff. So it's going to be a process, but yeah, so I'm going to total all these up and then see what we've got so I can tally this with the rest of my so far collection stuff I'm doing. And I will be back and give you the numbers. So stay tuned. Gonna count everything here. Haven't done it yet, so bear with me here. So I get myself together. 243. Okay, 243. All right, just doing my totals here real quick. Whew. So we are keeping, this is all the keep pile here. It's kind of stretched everywhere. Sorry, something fell down too. Put that back up there so we don't get that mixed up. Hopefully you can see this. So make sure that's still in frame. Yep. This, I'm going to move this a little bit because I feel like that's a little bit in the way. So we're going to split that up there. And then maybe bring these up. All right, sorry, I'm going to continue where I left off because the card was full. That's how much I've recorded with my crazy eyeshadow palette collection. Okay, anyways, so what I have here, I kind of move things around a little bit so you can see everything. Hopefully you can see everything okay. But we have This pile here is my maybe pile, just because I have to go through this ColourPop quads, the e.l.f. quads, the Catrice, Wet n Wild, and this ColourPop like 5 pans. I have to go through those and see which I'm keeping and getting rid of, which I don't want to do right now because I'm still like, I gotta figure all that out because I think I have some more somewhere else too. So, and my maybe pile is 35. This is my declutterer, basically like give to my friend, or this one I'm throwing away because it's broken. But there is only 4 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. I was like, wait, am I counting right? And then this one is basically I have to go through and just decide which one of these 2 I'm keeping. So I guess I could have put that in maybe, but whatever. Anyway, same kind of thing. And then, this whole entire crazy pile here is 243. So if I do the math here, which we're going to do together, 207 and 243... that is out of what I've recorded so far. So again, this is majority other than the drawers. It's only going to be really the drawers left, I think, that I have to do, which I think I'll do in the next little video. We'll go through those. But I'm keeping 450 palettes between what I've already recorded and what I recorded in this one. Maybes, 50, 40. We've got 90 in the maybes. Not doing very good in the declutter. 84 and 4, 88 decluttering. And then sentimental, there's one in here, the Toddy palette that I was thinking about putting in sentimental. I counted it in my regular palettes for now, but we'll revisit that. So I don't have any sentimental in this one, but that's 43 total so far out of the other 2 videos. And, golly geez, I told you I have a lot of palettes. So I'm just getting on my phone, so I can tally all these because I can't even. So we have 450 keep, 90 maybe, 88 in the declutter, and 43 in the sentimental. That's 671 palettes. Now again, there are some quads, there's a couple of trios in here, so you might not count those personally, but again, it was just easier just to keep everything like this, go together, and then do it separately. Lord, I told y'all I had a lot of freaking eyeshadows. I tried to warn you. I warned you. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to revisit probably in like the new year. I think, the very end of the year after I do all my like final videos for the year, whatever. I think I'm going to do, it's time to really like, hopefully between now and then I can really work on my mindset, work on my emotional connection, and just, FOMO and other issues I have. And try to declutter, like really go through and declutter some of these because this is just insane. 671 palettes. That means in 2 years, it would take me almost 2 years to use each palette once. 2 years to use each palette once. Are you hearing me? Do you hear this? Do you hear this? Insane. Insane. So, okay. Anyways, that is where we are right now. Thank you for hanging in there. Appreciate you. Hope this has been fun, at least if nothing else. You can listen and kind of watch as you're cleaning and doing whatever else, or organizing your own collection, however you like to do that, But maybe this will give you some motivation. Go through your collection, declutter some stuff, really see what you're using, not using, formulas you prefer over formulas you don't prefer, you know what I mean? Like those kind of things. So, yeah. Yes, so that is where we are right now. There is going to be a part 4 or 5. I don't know which part like I said, I'm trying to decide how I'm going to group these together. So right now I just did part 1, which would be posting. We'll have posted by the time you see this, obviously, but that'll be that's coming up here soon. But then I'm just going through each, and then eventually we'll do face stuff and lips and all that stuff, but I've got to do little by little because this is a lot of stuff. But thanks for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below, turn on all notifications. Otherwise, have a wonderful day. I do hope to see you in my next video. Until then, though, be safe, be happy, be pleasant, and I don't know. Anyways, have a great day. See you next time. Bye.